So, about a year ago, I started a health journey, and this health journey pretty much brought me to where I'm at today, which I'm proud to uh, share that I've lost 100 pounds since last December. I have quit smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol, which were a lot of bad habits that I picked up with a lot of weight gain and depression.
Hi, how you doing? Good to see you.
Okay. Yes, good to see you too.
What I would like to start with is to ask you your name, and I would like you to introduce yourself and kind of tell me a little bit more about your background. So if you had
Sure.
so go ahead.
Sure. My name is Asli, Kaptan. I'm 53 years old, and I think that's kind of significant that I mention that because of where I'm coming from. So, about a year ago, I started a health journey, and this health journey pretty much brought me to where I'm at today, which I'm proud to share that I've lost 100 pounds since last December. I have quit smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol, which were a lot of bad habits that I picked up with a lot of weight gain and depression. So at this point in my life, I'm here on a fitness journey, a health journey, and I love to share my passion with anybody else that I may be able to help.
Mhm. And do you see a lot of, I would imagine, a lot of people being in the same position as far as whether it's stress, professional stress, or personal, that their escape is those vices, food, alcohol, or cigarettes.
Absolutely.
And everybody is, and again, I guess it's a process of healing. Everybody has a different journey, and I think that that's why you are exactly what people in that position know, because you're not afraid of being outspoken and tell them exactly what what can happen. And to lose 100 pounds, that is a phenomenal accomplishment. What would it be in size of dresses? Because I know that.
Yes. So when I first started this journey, I was in a size 24, which is, for me, I've never been in a size 24, anywhere near that. Menopause really took a toll on me, physically, mentally, as well as emotionally, which is, why I was using other ways to cope with it. I started at a size 24, and currently I am happily fitting in a size 10, which
Oh my
is
goodness.
so close to my goal. So I'm
Excellent.
thrilled. I'm thrilled about that.
And I think that you said you would like to despise what your husband thinks. You would like to lose another 40 pounds.
Yes.
Which, you've got a great husband that he loves you exactly the way you are. So it's a great sign. And we're hoping that we can actually do this journey together, the last 40 pounds.
Yes.
Because we're going to try to use and insert, again, you've exercised and you have a great support system, and you do not want to sacrifice that part. But the exel.fit app has been developed for professional women, especially, that don't have much time, and they treat exercise as an absolutely a must, because in many cases, exercise, as the science shows us, that not only allows you to keep better muscles and higher metabolism, stronger bones, and again, avoiding osteoporosis, but also for mental healthness and wellness. It does regulate the hormones, and it makes you feel better. It gives you this first sense of accomplishment, and you can build on that long term. So this program was designed with simplicity, because we also agree that, I think that we do in the so-called habit stocking, that we want to do a little bit, we're going to have a little bit of success, and we want to build on it gradually. Okay, you are a great example of it, because it's a lifestyle change. It was not because you wanted to lose 30 pounds by in 3 months, because I also see that all the time. And I'm not sure, my questions to you would be, do you see that people are looking more of a lifestyle change, or they do want to go on a trip, or do they graduations or wedding and they're more date oriented? What would be the majority of questions that you're getting?
Well, I feel like that really depends on where you are at, especially as a woman in your life. For example, when I was younger, yes, short-term goals were more priority for me. Oh, I have a trip,
Yes.
or I'm going to Hawaii. I must lose, 20 pounds before my trip. Where I'm at currently in my life, it's more of a long-term investment in my health.
Mhm.
It wasn't optional. It was critical that I started this health journey, and my health was it was suffering. So a lot of my peers are in the same group as I am. They want to do it for their health. They want to
Yes.
improve their health.
So they've done the short term looking better for an occasion, but they recognize that long term is probably the way to go. And again, I think the science and the literature really agrees with that. Because
Absolutely.
we see it more and more that what's more successful. Because if you make your routine, or if you make your exercise extreme or very toxic, especially as we grow older, that becomes a source of stress in itself. The increases of cortisol, for example.
Mhm.
So what we're seeing is that gradual exercise, but it has to be consistent, are the key to a long-term success. So I think that's going to be an exciting time for us. Again, you mentioned also earlier that you have had a great success with the GLP medication,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you are, it says your hunger and cravings for food is no longer an issue. Is that a case?
Yes, that is correct. I feel like it has helped me with my overall health in general. Menopause symptoms have decreased substantially. The inflammation, it was unbelievable how inflamed my whole entire body was. And it's not something that happened overnight, but
Mhm.
the gradual use of it, I really feel that it has so many benefits, and it has helped me immensely.
Excellent. I totally agree. And again, but in my last video, I also made a warning as the people that do take this medication. Sometimes the doctors will tell you to limit your physical exercise. And again, I think it's the greatest mistake that you can make, because again, as a woman especially, your lean tissue is very valuable. That's where all the good chemistry happens. This is where you burn calories. This is where you get to feel better, look better, have better posture, and that is very important. That maybe with less calories, that even will push you towards more moderate routines
Mhm.
as well, and not going to the extreme. So I think that I totally agree. Now,
Yes.
I also, last time I asked you about your three favorite people, and you had to kind of think about a little bit. You, so I'm going to ask you the same questions. Any other thought that if you had chance to have dinner with three living or dead people, who would they be?
It would definitely, number one and foremost, my grandmother,
Mhm.
my favorite person in the whole entire world. May she rest in peace. I I know she's proud. I know she is absolutely proud to see me doing I'm doing right now. Because it was one of the things that I know she was always concerned about. My weight, or my drinking, or my smoking. She always, she loved me. She didn't want me to be unhealthy. In addition to that, my father, absolutely my father, even though I didn't want to hear his criticism at the time, but now I know where he was coming from. Health is wealth. And he always told me, one day it's going to catch up to you, kid, leave those cigarettes alone, or you need to eat better. So definitely my grandmother, my father, and my grandfather. I know that
Fantastic.
they are very proud to see my accomplishments.
Yes, it is impressive. Really, it is impressive. Do you think that your professional life, if in any way, I know it probably had a negative effect as far as the stress level, I would assume, and doing it. But were there any positive aspects of your professional life that you can that you can pinpoint to? What would be
as far as relation to, I'm
just
sorry.
as far, well, because it requires discipline what you do now. So as far as your current lifestyle, I know that stress, as far as you know, work stress it's a great contributor to this entire a downfall, I would say. But is there anything positive that helped you in your journey, as far as if you can pinpoint to anything positive?
Actually, yes, I have had the pleasure of working remotely from home for quite a while now, since about 2018 or so. This was even prior to 2020. And I feel like at first it was a big adjustment, but being able to work remotely gave me the options to exercise from home. Instead of having to get ready or rush or get to a gym, I implemented a system where I do work out a lot at home.
Excellent.
I do use my treadmill. I do lift weights in my home. And it doesn't even matter how long you can do it for. As long as you can get in at least 20 to 30 minutes a day, that has worked for me.
Excellent.
And being able to work remotely certainly gave me those options.
And that, you know what, that's exactly it, almost like we rehearsed this. We didn't rehearse it, but exactly that's my feeling as well. And that's what the research shows. And this is what my 30 years in the business shows, that the most successful people are implementing this. And I kind of stumble intuitively on that secret. And so that is fantastic. Now, were you able to look at the app at all?
I did. I took a look at the app. I even updated my profile picture.
Excellent.
So yes,
Okay.
I did.
So then, so what's going to happen is, so in your activity calendar, if you go to your phone activity calendar, there will be listed on Monday and Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday. There will be listed workouts that we're going to start. And again, they're going to be very basic, but again, the idea here is that we want to feel comfortable and build on it slowly. And I will update them on a weekly basis. And that's going to give us the physical minimum. If you want to go with your friends and do another thing, just remember is not to the immune system is very important. So if you sleep, and if you ate okay, and if you hydrated, you can do a little bit more extra. If you feel down, you're gonna have to, you have to make the best decisions. Now, also, did you get a chance? Because I'm a true believer that one of the biggest problems in our society today is this insulin intolerance, or I would say the insulin resistance. And this metabolic disease is what's causing the people to get overweight and sick. So in the diet itself, exercise curbs insulin, and it curbs sugar in your blood, but also the way and the types of food that you would have. I know that you are not, you don't crave anything, which it's a blessing. But what are you leaning towards, proteins and fats more?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I have broke my relationship with carbs substantially. I mean, I do still take in very minimal, but absolutely, that was one of my biggest issues.
Excellent. Well,
the bread, pasta, all
Yes.
that is yeah.
And alcohol probably also was, because if you had it, that also has a similar effect. So again, I'm not sure if you had a chance to look at the book that I sent you, but there are samples of breakfast and other meals, and I'm sure that they're available. What I try to get across is that you have to buy into this concept. You have to identify who is the enemy, and insulin is the hormone that is a fat storing hormone.
Mhm.
And although it has some positive benefits as well, but primarily that's the hormone that causes a lot of headaches for a lot of people. So
Yes.
we have to identify foods and activities that would lower that. And when that is lowered, our cravings go away, our fat is being burned, and we can actually feel better and look better. So I think that
Yes.
it's and I usually with most of my clients, sometimes it requires me to convince them. So I'm glad that we don't have to go through this, because I hear all the time that carbs make me feel better. If I cut them out, my hands shake and I get a headache. And all of that is normal. And again, but it is indications that you're addicted to carbs.
Yes.
So, and that relations with carbs is no different than relationship with drugs, because you do have physical withdrawing symptoms, which last only a day or two, but still, necessarily it doesn't feel good. And I think that with medication, I think it's helping, because it curbs that urge and allows you to switch.
It does.
And was that your experience as well?
Yes, 100%. Ever since I have been like using any kind of GLP-1, my cravings for any type of sugar, breads, carbs, pasta, it's completely gone. I don't have any extra food noises. And yes, it is an adjustment at first. It's not something that you overnight go, oh, okay, I don't want it anymore. It's a process. I mean, you do still have to be, mindful, and you have to, know which foods to stay away from. So
correct. Yeah, that's very important. Also, if you don't mind, in the book I also discuss, because I do not want from my clients, I do not want them to feel bad if they're not perfect. So I have come up with this the traffic light system that that don't be too hard on yourself. If you go out with to dinner, and if you have a carb or a pizza, at times, don't that it's not the end of the world, that there is a so in this traffic light system is basically based on a green light or a green day, where you did exercise, that you had no carbs or very little carbs, and that you did everything correctly. When you are yellow, then you did maybe one thing wrong. You skip exercise, or maybe you had a little bit of a carb in your system. And then the red light, I would say, do whatever you want, kind of decompress. Don't be so preoccupied being perfect all the time. And with that system, with this traffic light system, what we see is that people can kind of, it becomes a system for humans, because it does account for not being perfect, and none of us are perfect.
Yes.
So I hope you get to use it also, and again, and come up with this long-lasting lifestyle and routine. So it's exciting, and I think that we're going to be talking again as we get into the relationship. I also wanted to ask a question about, did you check your blood profile? I'm talking about cholesterol, vitamin D,
yes,
and other things.
Yes.
Okay. How does that change?
Oh my gosh, my cholesterol was a huge red flag. That's actually one of the things that's triggered this whole cycle. My cholesterol was out of control. It was over 305, I believe it was the number.
And how about do you remember your triglycerides by any chance?
Triglycerides were the problem area. They were so high. I don't know exactly what the numbers were.
But it was out of range.
My doctor was alarmed, and he actually gave me a call on a Saturday, which I knew something was wrong because I did my labs. And Saturday morning, he calls me. I'm like, oh gosh, my doctor is calling me on a weekend. This isn't good. So when I answered the phone, he said, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to stop, because you're not gonna be around that much longer if you don't stop.
Okay.
My cholesterol was over maximum, 305, something like that. My triglycerides were high, everything, and I was pre-diabetic, fatty liver.
So they did the glucose, the
Yes.
they did the glucose, and that was also high as well.
Yes. Yes. I was
Okay.
borderline. I was
So
borderline
did they
diabetic.
check the insulin? Do you know what it was?
I don't know the exact numbers, but it was
Well,
pretty high.
everything was on the borderline. I think it's
Yes.
8 or 5.9. This is a borderline, so most likely.
Yes.
Were you able to compare it later on when you've lost the weight? How does it compare now?
Cut in half.
Okay.
My doctor actually called me and said, "I don't know what you're doing, but you need to
But
keep
no.
doing it."
That's
I said, "Thank you. I'm trying." He's like,
that's a great.
Yeah, he was like, "I've never seen it go from what it was to what it is now." And
Oh
he's
my
like, "This
God.
is fantastic." Yeah.
Excellent. I'm really excited for you because again, I
Thank
think
you.
that what's happening is so that medication so basically medication doesn't lower your triglycerides. So basically you cut out carbs,
Mm-hmm.
and now what science tells us that triglycerides is what we have to be scared of.
Yes.
That's the precursor of everything bad in your body.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to the metabolic disease and diabetes. And you know what? I tell you what, you are very lucky that you didn't never went into the diabetes, and now with your new lifestyle, that's never going to be an option.
I
The
know.
disease to take hold of you. Is any in your family diabetic?
My grandmother was.
She was.
She was. I'm not really sure about my father, but I know she was for sure.
Okay, so then yeah, we have to watch it. That number is going to be very important. So your doctor will. It sounds like you've got a great doctor that will
Mm-hmm.
keep on top of it. And I see it all the time. Is that so? In your case, you have not only the weight and your aesthetics, but you are very health conscious.
Yes.
And that's going to keep those carbs or sugars to the minimum.
Yes.
Finally, what I'm seeing a lot is that another thing that is important in feeling good and producing in postmenopausal women, especially, it's the vitamin D level, because that
Yes.
level it does allow you to cut on chances of cancer. It also allows you to produce hormones. Do you know what that vitamin D level is? Have you ever checked it?
Yes, my vitamin D levels were substantially low when I first started also, but I have been taking a multivitamin supplement, and in the summertime I do like to spend a lot of time outdoors in the sun. So that's gone up to I'm normal now.
Excellent. But
But
again,
when I
normal
first
is normal. I think in your case, what I would suggest is to go above normal. Normal is not always the best. I think normal means 30, maybe 35. That if you look at your blood, and I advise my clients to try to get to 70, and 70 is substantially higher. And because again, I'm a trainer. I don't have medical training, but again, I spend a lot of time around doctors, and
Yes.
when I listen to it and it's confirmed in the literature, I kind of share this with everybody. And the doctor that I talked to, the wellness doctor, told me is that he has seen a lot of patients in the hospital that have cancer, and he says 90% of them have vitamin D lower than 10. And he says he has never had a cancer patient with the vitamin D higher than 100.
Wow.
So you can. So vitamin D is in his opinion, and again, I really that kind of struck me as a very black and white issue. So the supplementation for disease prevention, it also would be, and it's a very small price because you can get 10,000 units a day, and that's a very small
Yeah.
a small sacrifice, and that could be also it could be very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So let's summarize this. So make sure that you're ready. So you are going to try the app and exercise with the app, and you also
Yes.
need to go public with it to your followers and share it.
Yes.
And hopefully we can catch on with the excitement and with kind of driving this message across that consistency leads to success
Yes.
and lifestyle, as opposed to the short-term bursts of going all out and then relaxing.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so I want to again thank you again for allowing me to do it for the second time around. Okay, I pressed the record button and I've checked it. So I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful. Again, you've been a wonderful guest.
Thank you.
We are going to make a couple clips that will actually try to summarize what your thoughts were and your journey, and then we'll stay in touch. So I hope you do exercise and talk to me often, and we'll, if you have any answers or questions, also let me know as far as the weight loss, as if the weight loss continues or if you get stuck or anything like that. I'd love to know, and if there is anything I can do, I'm here to help.
Great. Thank you so much. And I thank you for your time and this opportunity. I'm very eager and excited to get this going and looking forward to it.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.